We belong together. And you know that I'm right. How could you hire me and fire me and never give me one last try? What in the world about your boy Big Low Kuntry?
Are you Arthur Smith? Singing some Boys to Men? Okay.
What in the world about your boy Big Low Kuntry, man? For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just a country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and we definitely and greatly appreciate that. First of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world Bo in the comments. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. And please, if you haven't yet, and you want to enjoy this great conversation with a bunch of laughs, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I would definitely and greatly appreciate that. Coach Roney, do you have anything that you would like to say?
I'll say this.
Uh-oh.
So Padre asked that Deacon Padre of the ASGGG, asked that I just say a couple of words.
Okay.
So, of course, I turned to the good book for a couple of words. And in it, there's a scripture that we all know and love, where it says, to everything there is a season and there is a time.
Okay.
Okay, so right now we're in the season.
Hello.
We're in football season.
Better take your time.
Okay, I will. Let me just say this. In football season, how have we been doing so far? Not too great, right? So let's keep reading. It says that there is a time for everything.
Keep reading.
There is a time to weep and a time to laugh.
Hello.
We've done plenty of weeping, y'all.
You ain't never
I'm over the weeping.
My eyes all dry.
I'm ready for the laughter.
Hello.
I'm ready to laugh, have my fingers filled with Super Bowl rings, go to playoff games. I'm ready for that time.
What's that?
So how do we get to that time, y'all? If we just keep reading a little further.
A little bit, okay.
It says that there is a time to get and a time to lose.
Okay.
We've been doing plenty of losing.
Okay.
So we're there. So what time? How do we get past that? What time are we in? Guys, I think we're in a time. We're in a time to keep and a time to cast away.
Hello.
It's time to stop keeping and it's time to start casting. And let's start with Arthur Smith. Hey, ho, ho. Arthur Smith has got to go.
You better say it one more time.
Hey,
the back.
Ho, ho. Arthur Smith has got to go. Take Desmond Ritter with you.
Lord have mercy. Coach Roney, you out the chain, boy. You out the chain. I didn't know we were going to get a full-on sermon, but I'll take it. Man, the first 3 minutes of the show, y'all done got a sermon and a concert. You can't beat that. Man, I hope everybody's doing good. We got a couple Superman chats in here already. Ricky Gaines says, Coach, there's so much I can say, but we can only think now if firing him by the bye week would have changed anything. Utterly embarrassing performance. I could be wrong, but I see us finishing 7-10. Boy, here we are. Dun, da, da. That's a Superman chat.
I mean, that's very interesting. What would have happened if they let him go at the bye week?
If they would have let them go during the bye week. Iron Mike says, ain't no emergency. We ran fire drills all year for this moment. We know what needs to happen next. Okay. All right. You know where you're supposed to go, everybody. Man, your stations. Da, da, da. That's a Superman chat.
Ain't no emergency.
Ain't no emergency. We all know.
We know what to do.
We know what to do. We know what to do. Let me show love to everybody. Show love to us. Came in here. LAJ, he says, I'm waiting on Coach Roney right now. So I hope that Coach Roney provided you with that good word. And question is, who's feeding Coach Roney after the sermon? That's the question. D. Howard says, choir, hey, ho, ho. I just got to go.
Amen.
Oh, man. Red Swan says, please make Coach Roney GM for a day so she can do what needs to be done.
I hear you, Red Swarm. I accept.
Graciously, right?
Graciously. I will not rub it in about how when he first got hired, I felt as if he was not the right guy and I didn't like his decision making. I'm not even going to rub that part in. I won't even say how I said that it didn't matter if he had money or if he didn't have money. His decisions were going to cost us. I'm not even going to say all that. I'll just take the job and get him out of there.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Hey, hey, ho.
Hey, look, it's starting to become a nationwide phenomenon. Coach Ronnie's grandmother, she got on the family call. First thing she said, hey, hey, ho, ho. Arthur Smith has got to go. Shouts out to grandma. See you here. So, normally it's tough because I have trouble remembering the score because number one, I'm such an old man now, right? So it's one of the situations where I normally have trouble remembering the score. Shouts out to you, Tariq Taylor. But today it's pretty easy. There's no double digits nowhere. 9-7. The Atlanta Falcons lost to the Carolina Panthers. And unfortunately, this is where we are.
9-7.
9-7. We lost to the worst team in the league, and they didn't score any touchdowns.
We scored one.
We scored one. And you know what they say, monkeys do fall out of trees sometimes. Sanchez Lowe says Club ASGTG is in session, yes.
Can we say at least we didn't get a safety this week, y'all? Because I know when that ball was downed inside the 10, everybody was looking a little worried.
I was definitely worried. Shouts out to you, C-Dub. Shouts out to you. I was definitely worried. The thing is, what's going on, Padre? Much love to you, man. Xavier says he's joined. Reggie Red says, Coach Ronnie, what in the world to you? So the thing is that I could see if it was a situation where we had this defensive guy who doesn't really, if it was Rex Ryan and we lost the game 9-7, I can see that. He thrives off of defense. He doesn't put as much resources into the offensive side of the ball. And, that's just who he is.
It's entertaining the whole way through because you see some good play calling. It's just the other defense is just as good as your defense, and it's a real contest of
exactly
who can find that one mistake to get a score.
Yes.
That's not what this was.
But in this case, we have an offensive guru.
Oh, yeah.
I
forgot about that.
How could you?
I don't know.
How could
That's
you?
my
forget?
fault.
We have an offensive guru in this situation, and it's one of those cases where, unfortunately, the offensive guru lost to the team who had 3 field goals, no touchdowns, and 1 win. So they got a win off of us. Now, let's try to psychoanalyze this whole situation. Number one, as the head coach of a team, you're supposed to be the guy that gets your team prepared for the situation, for the battle that they're getting ready to go in. Because every game is a battle. What have we learned over the past year, Coach Roney, in regards to Carolina?
What?
This past year, we've learned that Carolina, we're their rivals, but they're not ours.
Rivals. I forgot about
Yeah. So this was their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's like I went over there. Shouts out to my homeboys Rashad and Dave over there at PNP. I went over there to check them out. I mean, they celebrated. I think they're getting rings made. I think they're getting rings and a trophy made right now. Because they beat the Falcons in week 14.
Probably.
And it's like they're like, yeah, take that, Big Low. I'm like,
if this doesn't get the rivalry heated up, I don't know what will.
It's like, what rivalry? I'm still trying to figure it out. But the thing is that they came in here anticipating trying to beat us and trying to spoil our playoff run. And once again, our Atlanta Falcons, coached by Arthur Smith, we played to the level of talent that we're playing against. Mind you, like, let's go ahead. One point that I wanted to make, and I'm not going to the good book like Coach Roney is, but one point that I want to make is, if you look at the teams that we've lost to so far this season, we've lost to some of the worst teams in the league. We lost to the Arizona Cardinals. We lost to, today, the Carolina Panthers. We lost to the Washington Commandos, the Washington Commodores, whoever. We lost to the Tennessee Titans and Will Levis, who puts mayonnaise in his coffee. We lost to Minnesota, who had Josh Dobbs, who just came to the team whenever the team he met the team in Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. He walked off the plane, read the book in traffic on the way to the stadium, and then came out there and beat us.
He was like, they're the Vikings. He didn't have no idea who we were playing against. I mean, who was playing with? Mm-hmm. We barely beat the Jets. At one point in time, they had their fourth string quarterback in the game. Mm. So, with that being said, it's like, I understand we still are one game out of the playoffs. But, y'all, the games that we've lost, for a playoff team, we shouldn't be losing those games. We shouldn't be losing to the Arizona Cardinals. If we're a playoff team, we shouldn't be losing to the Carolina Panthers, playing to their level of talent. You shouldn't be losing to the Washington Commanders. Have anybody noticed that ever since Arthur Smith has become coach of the Atlanta Falcons, the teams in the cities that he's been previously affiliated with, we never beat them?
It's just what, the Washington and Tennessee?
Washington, Tennessee, and I mean, if you want to consider it, he's like a grandson of the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick. But like, we never beat, like, we play Washington every year. We never beat Washington. We play them
every year, y'all.
We're supposed to play them next year.
We're playing them next year too, in D.C.
Yes, in D.C. and watch. I can almost guarantee you, if Arthur Smith isn't the coach, we'll win. This is ridiculous. Down South Georgia boy in here. I see you, man. Much love to you both. She does, his sister Ronnie's in here. Shouts out Jerry. Much love to you.
Super chats you might want to read.
Oh, we got a couple super chats. My bad. Let me get to them. Mike Jinx, it's like clockwork.
Yeah.
Mike Jinx says Eagles. That's a funny way to spell Falcons. He says Falcons. Nice, he says Eagles. He says, what's up, Bo? Been a minute. Much love to you, Mike. That's that da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, Bo. Also, Coach Willie Dopp, man, we had a good time at the watch party / meet and greet today.
/ grief session.
/ grief session, yes. Unfortunately. We got a chance to chill out with Coach Willie. Man, Willie Dopp had me rolling over there, boy. He was hilarious. Shouts out to him. He says, great hanging out with you all today at Merce and meeting Coach Roney, Coach Lowe, and the rest of the Falcons content creators. We essentially had a grief counseling.
Yeah, exactly.
ASHGTG. You already know. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Man, boy, it was tough. You could have heard a pin drop.
Yeah.
Whenever they threw that interception. It was like, we all were like, yeah, that was the season. That was the season. Jared J's in here. He says, Archie Smith is predictable. Bijan only runs left to right. Tyler only runs straight. We fumbled the snap twice a game. Ritter throws a pick. We are consistent.
Oh, so in that sense, we're consistent.
We're consistent in that sense. That's rough. That's a Superman chat.
That's a rough way to be consistent.
That's a tough, rough way.
Oh, Willie Doc gave you a $10 Superman chat. You supposed to do a little move for
I
him.
hit the dirty bird.
You hit the dirty bird.
Yeah,
okay. You know what? I thought you were just feeling yourself.
Oh.
I didn't make the connection. My bad.
Man, Rose says, Arthur Smith got us looking like some fools. Big Low, skip that next NFC South round table and call out sick. I can't. I talk too much trash. I talk too much junk. I wish I could. I picked on the it's amazing how things change in a couple weeks. We at the top of the mountain. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Goodness gracious, boy. So for everybody that's watching, if you didn't get a chance to watch the game, fifth alphabet says Reverend Big Low Dollar. If you didn't get a chance to watch the game, the Atlanta Falcons, like I mentioned earlier, we lost 7-9.
7-9.
We had one.
That's such a shame. Every time you say it, I'm embarrassed.
It's such a shame.
That's a shameful score.
But the thing is that number one, it was one of those cases where we could have won the game based off of the first drive of the game. A lot of people forget that we were in field goal range. We went for it, and we didn't get it. If we would have had that field goal, the score would have been 10-9.
Oh, you talking about when they went for it on that fourth down?
On the first drive of the game.
First drive. It was like 4th and 3, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 4th and 3.
It was several yards.
We could have just kicked the field goal. I mean, and I don't know if anyone's had a chance to watch the post-game press conference. Also, if you're disappointed that the Atlanta Falcons lost this game, you need a way to express it, and you don't want to punch any holes in your wall. You can express it by hitting that like button. Make sure that you hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. But Derek Hughes says I'm in Falcons rehab. But the thing is that was one way we could have won the game. Arthur Smith said in the press conference, he said, well, I think this was a result of being too conservative. He said because we were playing against the wind and we were playing against the elements. We were more worried about that than actually being aggressive and winning the game.
What?
He said they were playing the wind. That's what the man. He said we were playing the wind. He said I just tell you what the man said. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
So he's saying that the reason they lost was because of the weather, the conditions?
He said that he was too conservative.
He was conservative.
He said he was too conservative.
So when he went for it on 4th and 3 on the first drive, that was him being conservative,
opposed to kicking the field goal.
Right. That was how you be. That's how you conservative.
Coach Ronan. I know it sounds backwards, but you gotta consider who we're talking about.
Who are we talking about?
Look what I can do. Gotta consider what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy. So moving forward, that was the way we could have won the game. Now, the Falcons had a good drive midway through the second quarter where they ended up, getting a long pass from Jonnu Smith. Thing is, if Jonnu Smith wouldn't have had that catch after the run, I don't think we would have scored because we haven't all day. We weren't able to sustain any sort of, successful drive to get to the end zone. Mm-hmm. It was, it was tough to watch, man. It was legit tough to watch. JJ the Great's in here. He says, what up, Big Low and Coach Roney? I noticed something. Wow. In 14 games this season, the Falcons offense has scored 17 or less points in 7 of them. That's unacceptable.
Wow.
Arthur Smith needs to go. Dun, da, da. That's a Superman chat.
17 or less.
17 or less.
From an offensive guru.
We haven't scored 30 or more all season.
Let's put it this way. My friend came today. Her and her husband, they're from Nigeria. They have never watched a football game before. They came to the meet and greet, and she was asking me, she was like, so if these teams are good, like what should the score be? Is this a normal score? I was like, no, this is low. Like it should be in like the 20s. It's a pretty normal range for like a good game where teams are going back and forth. And after the Falcons game went off, they started playing the Chiefs and the Patriots game. And she looked at the score and she said, I'm a Chiefs fan.
No.
So, yeah.
No. What?
Because they can score. At that point, the score is like 27. I think the Chiefs had 27.
Oh,
so she was able to recognize that good football teams put points on the board. We just got the stats from JJ the Great showing that our team does not put points on the board, especially with our offensive guru and all these offensive picks we've been making in the draft for the past couple of seasons.
3 seasons.
Something's not connecting there, y'all.
Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. It's like you're supposed to be building all of this. You might as well just took people in the second round.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you something. Somebody that we took, if I'm not mistaken, in the second round, with a Richie Grant, and we ended up passing on a few people that I really wanted, including Mr. Andre Cisco. It's one of those situations where he wasn't on the field that much today. I seen DeMarco Hellams back there with Jesse Bates a whole lot. So I mean, in that regard, I feel like they made some mistakes when it came to drafting guys. But it's like a lot of people are saying, and in Bucks Nation, he put it in here. He says Ritter is trash. The thing is that we've been going back and forth. The whole fan base has been going back and forth about Desmond Ritter this whole season, the off season. We went to OTAs with Uncle Steve, and I told Uncle Steve, I was like, because Desmond Ritter, he was missing the net. I even made a video about it. Yeah, it's about game time situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you missed the net, in practice, but what you do in the game, and yeah.
Desmond Ritter did not back you up.
Yeah, that's.
Oh man.
That's the thing about you too, man. You.
You can go back and look at it. Hey, you were going hard for Desmond Ritter.
Yeah,
you even renamed him Desmond Winner.
Desmond Winner.
He ain't winning.
I mean, he might be winning at Uno or he's winning in life, I guess.
I've seen a couple of questions about what is Dave Ragone doing during all these times. Y'all know what Dave Ragone is doing.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Tyler Russell says that they're selling their PSLs.
No, they're not.
He said they said they're done with it.
No, they're not.
That's what the man said.
He didn't put that in the chat, did he?
Yes, he did.
He didn't text that to us?
He said
no.
he put that in
That is a big deal.
He said, yes. Tyler Russell's one of the biggest. Tyler and Christine.
No way.
One of the biggest Falcons fans we know.
Y'all, they fly in to watch the game. They're those kind of fans.
And he said they're done.
No.
They're done. Trey Parrish is in here. He says, I'm about to burn my Falcons merch. Give me a 10-day. What in the world? The man said he needs a 10-day contract. Goodness gracious, Trey. That's the Superman check. Well, look, if you try to get a 10-day contract, don't say you're going to burn the merch. Oh, man. Man, that's rough. Now, if Coach Tyler and Coach Christine saying they're going to sell their PSLs, yeah, it's getting rough. It's getting rough. Shout out to Sanchez Lowe. Chilled out with him today. He says, Coach Lowe, I only know 5 letters now.
And what are they?
ASGTG. Oh, my goodness. So, you said somebody asked, what's Dave Ragone doing?
Yeah, I'm seeing calls like Brandon the Jobber asked to fire Dave Ragone. Then I've got people in the chat asking, what does he do? What is he doing during these games? And as you know, we feel like he's back there doing anything but coaching.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all something. I don't know how to tell y'all this. I think Dave
Take
Ragone,
your time. Take your time.
Look. I've been taking my time with this.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching staff. Somebody sent me a video of Dave Ragone calling plays, and Dave Ragone literally looked like this right here. It was like they called the play in. They said, "Hey, coach, it's 3rd and 11." The QA guy, he calls in like, "Yeah, it's 3rd and 11." It looks like they're spreading their line out. They're 5-9. And Dave Ragone said, okay, let's run. Let's run a sweep to the left. Like, they were like,
All-star special.
let's run a sweep to the left, all-star special with hash brown scatter cover the jump. Like, no, coach, what you doing? And can I get the waffle? I don't want the waffle cooked too hard. Like, no, Dave, calm down.
Oh my God.
It's tough, boy. It is tough. This is where we at, y'all. This is where we at. Dave Ragone ordered a. Yeah, I'm sorry, he ordered. No, I'm sorry, he's called a play.
No, you were right. He's back there ordering. He's back there ordering. We saw that, the camera flashed to him.
They flashed
he
him.
had nothing in his hand. He wasn't saying nothing. He was just kind of sitting there chilling.
He looked confused.
He was just sitting there.
He was sitting there like.
He didn't have no headset on his head. He was literally just sitting there, y'all.
He was just sitting there. Had a red stapler. Just sitting there. Oh, man. Trey said, man, I wish they had Waffle House in California. Man, boy. Can't be a good Waffle House run. Molly Mom says, hey, Big Low, can I request? Of course you can, Molly Mom. You can request the song. I'm sure it's going to be some hating going on in here. Oblivion Empire, he says, glad I was working at the Bill Stadium and couldn't watch the Falcons choke and watch the team play real football. I was on the field.
I'm glad I got to see some real football.
Yeah, I don't know how to take that, Oblivion. But I know that is a dun-dun-dun. That's a Superman chat, man. That's rough, boy. That's rough. Man. Shouts out to Dick. So he said, shout out to Atlanta Bird Gang at the Waffle House. Atlanta Bird Gang has the Waffle House show. Shouts out to him. Much love to him. Also, Uncle Steve says, hi, Mr. Country. It's me, Desi Dez. Desi Dez.
Get him, Uncle Steve.
If I know Uncle Steve like I do, he's probably using the Desmond Ritter voice. If I know him like I do, so I gotta get right. Hi, Mr. Country. It's me, Desi Dash. Thank you for trusting me since OTAs. Hope you realize that I'm still deadly in the fourth quarter. My coach is a genius. That's a Superman chat. Y'all are crazy, boy. Y'all are crazy. Also, Trey Perry says, off topic, where y'all get that menu from, though?
Trade secrets, Trey.
Trade secrets. Look, you got connections. You can't let the connections go. That's a Superman chat.
Oh, my God.
Y'all are crazy. Shouts out to Christy. Christy says, if he was sitting there, does that mean Archie Smith called the plays? Yes, Christy. Archie Smith is calling those plays. Every time you look at the sideline, you see Archie Smith with a menu over his mustache. I mean, because it can't be like a legit play sheet because I just don't ham, egg, and cheese. I just don't. The same plays are called over and over again, but every time you see Archie Smith, he has the play sheet over his mustache, and he's calling plays. I don't think Dave Ragone's calling plays. I think it's one of those cases. Shouts out to Kerry joining us from X. I think it's one of those cases where Dave Ragone, he just, he's there to hype everybody up. I don't know. I don't know. Shouts out to Smitty, chilling out with us. Much love to you. He says, little bro, what up? GM Coach Ronnie, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. What's up?
But I legit don't know, man. I legit don't know. But, I mean, moving forward, I do know that, changes have to be made. So, I want to ask the coaching staff. And, I say changes have to be made. I want to ask everybody in the chat what they think. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, I don't care if it's tomorrow or at the end of the season. The Falcons said, barring a late season collapse, they were going to move on from Arthur Smith. After today, do you feel like the Falcons will move on from Arthur Smith?
Is this considered a late season collapse?
Yes, is this considered a late season collapse? If you feel like it is and the Falcons will move on from Arthur Smith, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like, hey, we're just one game out, it's not a late season collapse, and we'll keep them, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking. I know that Coach Roney is, thumping her book. Open tomorrow morning.
Oh man, y'all!
We get the bleaching
y'all.
report.
if I see that news, I'm going live on Big Low Kuntry Sports. I was born ready.
Sit defeated.
I was born ready for this announcement. Oh my God.
Oh man. Smitty says, hey, lower the mustache. Hey man, mustache had to go. Mustache had to go. You making me look bad. John Keller says, Waffle House in the house. You already know it, man. You already know it.
Jamal sent his song request in. He wants it to be a little Jodeci. Stay. And the words are, Arthur Smith, just stay for a little while. He can stay if Dennis Allen can stay. How
Exactly. We want Dennis Allen to stay the same way. Bobby says, Logan Woodside, we got to see what he can do. I mean, I look at this point in time, there's questions. Bobby also said Mike Bobo could call a better game. And for everyone out there that's not familiar with Georgia football, Georgia fans can't stand Mike Bobo. so it's one of those cases. If he said Mike Bobo could call a better game, that's saying something. Slick says Dave Ragone is serving as a decoy. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. Arthur Smith fire him. He's the offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? You know. So the Dixon way, shouts out to Larry Dixon way. He says one. He says, yeah, it's time to move on. Also, as we as we do consider moving on, if you do have any breakup songs, or the songs that people have whenever they're thinking about breaking up, feel free to put it in the chat, because we're gonna have to deal with this separation sooner or later. I really got a strong feeling. So whether it's gone, Arthur's gone, baby girl, you're gone. I don't know what it is, but make sure that you put it in the chat. Kenny's in here. Kenny says not the Waffle House play sheet. He says but back to church service. Hey, ho ho. Arthur got to go. Oh man. So Chris says yes. It's time. It's time to move on. Cool Bean says no. Says we need to wait a little bit. Shadrian Washington says yes. Go ahead and pack your bags. Art Rowe. Jay Tuff. They say it's time. Mike Jink. He says too, but he just don't want nobody to catch up with his Eagles. I guess this is One Love, I'm assuming. He says Dave Be Gone.
Dave Be Gone.
Dave Be Gone. Dante ATL Kool-Aid drinkers, Trey Joseph, Mafia, Markeith Miller, they all say, yeah, it's time. Dwayne Harris, he says, hey, ho, ho, Arthur Smith has got to stay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, he done changed your words up, Cody.
That's called blasphemy. That's what that is.
Wait, is it blasphemy or blasphemy? Because that blasphemy, that's worse. Oh man. Brent says one. He says it's time. G, he says one. C Dub, we know how he feels. He says, hey, ho ho. Arthur Smith has got to go. He put a one in there. Dwayne Harris says two. Let him stay. Double Joker, he says one. He says it's time. Trey, he says you will never recover from this, just like the Tiger King. He said he was never going to financially recover from this. ETV, WCG says he blames Ritter. It's tough. Keyline's there. Keyline hit me up on Facebook. Keyline like, hey, coach, I am ready for the post-game coaches meeting.
Is you ready?
Are you ready? Is you ready? Whole town ready.
Whole staff ready.
Are you ready? Give me what you got. Quick story. Hold on. Quick story.
What's the story?
All right, so we was in Nashville, right? They got these tractors that pulled trailers, right? We were there for the Titans game. We was out crunk.
Full of Falcons fans.
Full of Falcons fans.
Full of Falcons fans.
But yeah, it was a track. We were full of Falcons fans. We was out there crunk. We bumped past Troy, bumping all kind of stuff. And then shouts out to Dave. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, yeah, I'm on DJ. I'm like, all right, Dave, get on there. Every Dave, okay. Then Dave played that Migos. Dave said, man, this one always gets me going. Dave said, this song right here, boy, it get me going. I said, okay, Dave, what you got? Are you ready? Is you ready? Whole crowd ready. I'm like, oh, okay. You know how you ain't really into something, but you try to get into it. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Is you ready?
yeah, okay.
Whole crowd ready. All
yeah,
right.
I'm ready.
You try to find it, I'm sorry. I didn't get out time. Wait, yeah.
But are y'all ready?
Are y'all ready? Is you ready?
You ready?
Your boy D just won. He said, but I don't think Blank will do it. And unfortunately, that's the situation that we're in, man. That's the situation that we're in. It's one of those cases where, we want it to happen. And I think everyone sees that it's an issue. It's an underlying problem. But will Arthur Blank and Rich McKay make the call to go ahead and do it? That's the question at the end of the day. So, we got a super chat. My apologies. Let's see here. Let's see. So
starting with Adrian Thomas.
All right. Let me go back here. All right. So Adrian Thomas, he says, on the interception play, Dez threw a bad pass. But also, why are there 3 wide receivers in the same spot? Arthur's concepts do not help anyone. Everything is a struggle.
That is a fair question.
Boy.
That is a good question.
It is terrible.
Why?
It is terrible.
Why?
I just
Why?
Why? Why? That's my favorite Michael Jackson. Why? That's. You know how many times we asked why today? It was.
Yeah.
It was like, why did he do this? Why? Coach, I wish I could tell you why. I'm asking why, just like Michael Jackson. Looking out across the football field, 3 receivers in the same spot. See Desmond Ritter throws an interception. I don't know.
What a mess we've got.
And I say why?
Why do we do?
Why? Arthur Smith still coaching. Why does he do us that way?
I'm not living this way.
Because I don't know.
We said all that to say, I don't know.
I don't know. I wish I could tell you.
Oh my God.
They'll never see it coming. Look what I can do. That's all I got for you, Coach. That's all I got for you. The hot test says, he says, Coach, you crazy, man. I can't fool with you. The hot test says, don't you dare expose foreigners to Falcons football before oiling them up at the liquor store. They were drinking. The game looked like an episode of Outer Limits. What in the world?
That was like a Twilight Zone kind of show. That's an old school reference right there.
John took it back on that one. Last week, John was coming with the Bible references.
You know what? That was our fault. Saying like, "Welcome to America. Come watch some football."
Watch this.
And then we let her watch that. That's a shame.
The guy, he was like, Falcons suck. By the time he left, da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Shouts out to the hot test, man. Let's see. Jared J, he also says, they're not making changes. Collapse is subjective. Ah, man, you see, you just took the air out the room, Jared. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chant.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, what's your definition of collapse?
Well, if they're not making changes, is it collapse? Feels like maybe it's like sudden, unexpected kind of. It gives that kind of connotation. But if his point is that they're not making changes, then this is not unexpected. This is what they want for the team. It's not necessarily a collapse.
It's not necessarily a collapse. That's the thing. So, I mean, look, you got fans like Coach Tyler and Coach Christine who are selling their PSLs. You know, it's like you need to do something different.
Now, when we say they have PSLs, y'all, they have PSLs.
They have PSLs
on the 50. So they got real seats to Falcons games.
They got show no. Yeah,
and they're sitting here looking at this product and saying, nah, I'd rather just sell them.
Yes.
I'd rather just give it up.
I'd rather just give it up. Man, that's tough. The eye test also says breakup song, I Wouldn't Treat a Dog the Way You Treated Me by Bobby Bland. That's a song?
Oh, that sounds like a good song right there.
I wouldn't treat a dog the way you...
Some old Bobby Blue Bland.
Oh, Bobby Blue Bland. Then Burn Rubber on Me by the Gap Band.
I feel like I might know that song.
I remember that one.
Burn Rubber on Me.
Burn Rubber, yeah, I think I remember that one. But yes, I mean, if anyone has any breakup songs, feel free to share them with us. Burn Rubber on Me. Like, I wouldn't treat a dog the way you treat.
I mean,
that's tough right there, boy.
That's for real.
Ooh, boy. Goodness gracious. Shouts out to John and Mike from Out of Your Falcon Mind.
You didn't get the eye test to that, did I?
Oh, I didn't. My bad. Shouts out to the eye test. Once again, that's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chant. Much love to y'all, man. Shouts out to John and Mike. What was I had it? I don't know where it's at now. Huh.
My bad.
Now here it is right here. It says 7 points today. Another loss to a one-win team. How confident do we feel in these last three? No way in the world they can sell the fan base on that head coach quarterback combo next season, or just the head coach for that matter. Boy, let me tell you something. John was hot. I've never seen John that upset before, ever. I was like, man, I started talking. I had to take a couple steps back because I didn't want him to, like, just get mad and like slap me or something. Because I was like asking, like, whenever, how you be annoyed with something, be like, man, why they do that? And then you be like, why are you asking that? You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, John was hot. But everybody, like I said, everybody was in their feelings today. It was like a TikTok Drake song. Everybody was in their feelings. It was tough. It was tough. J. Tuck says a new edition also says count me out. Oh man, Sanchez Lowe says breaking news: Archie Smith has been fired. It was said that he was left in Carolina with Desmond Ritter and Richie Grant. Dave Ragone was named the head coach.
What? That's even worse. Absolutely not. Oh my God.
Nah, we good.
Nah, we good. That's the answer right there.
So Christy, she says, the history of coaches under Blank's family of business since 2002, no coach has been retained beyond 3 years with a non-progressive season, especially with less than 9 wins. And now Coach Christy, she actually provided us that stat before the season started. And she was like, well, no, this was last year when she provided us that stat. Whenever Coach Ronan was really pushing the whole ASGTG narrative. And she told us back then, she was like, hey, first of all, it's not going to be less than 3 years. And she was right. So, I mean, if it's a situation where, he's not progressing and there's not that continuous improvement, I could definitely see it being one of those situations where they, Archie Smith said, look, you weapon snapper.
Okay.
Kick rocks, Caroline. Like.
Till that day, Caroline.
Get out of my face, it's going to be boom, right to the moon. Like, okay, all right. Lamar says, jagged edge, goodbye. Yeah, that's a good one. I remember that when I was like, in my teens. That used to be one of my breakup songs. Yeah, I used to break up with my little girlfriends. I just don't want to hang when you cry. So I gotta
we don't want to go down memory lane with you.
Oh, why not?
We don't care. Good riddance to them and good riddance to Arthur Smith.
Coach Rhoda get jealous, y'all. All right, okay, we'll move on.
Moving forward.
Oh, man. Out of your Falcon mindset, I mean, End of the Road by Boys to Men, yes.
And that's how you opened up the show.
That's how I opened the show up. Trey Jones says Helmet by Steve Lacy.
Oh, that's a new school guy. I haven't heard
of these new Thundercats?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of the new guys.
Oh, okay. Helmet by Steve Lacy. Brandon Jobber, he says, Country, who would you hire to replace Arthur Smith? I think it's pretty well documented, the guy that I've wanted.
You could address that at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Coach Rhoda, I gotta say that
because I want to hear from other people, but I want to stay on topic of what we're talking about.
Okay, I got you, Coach Rhoda. Pelicans know you says, but we LOVE Arthur Smith.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they do.
I mean, he just beat y'all. I don't know why y'all love him so much. I must just love just getting whooped up on. I
see Hayden Ryder in here. He said, what in the world, Bo? Coach Ronnie, my fiance smiles and gives me a I told you so. Every time she hears you guys say, hey, hey, ho, ho, I'm on the train now. Slap a FedEx return label on Mr. Mustache. First of all, you would do well to listen to her more because she is right, and she did tell you so.
What in the world?
Welcome, my friends.
All are welcome. In the words of Padre, the doors to the church are open. Come along.
You belong.
Feel the fears of the ASGTG. Keelan says, Bobby Walmack, if you think you're unemployed now, wait until tonight. Yeah. When it's cold outside, Falcons are folding.
Oh my God.
That's a Superman chat.
When it's cold outside, Falcons are folding.
Oh man. Y'all are crazy, boy. Y'all are crazy. Dante said, I'm burning my Falcons pillows tomorrow.
What you gonna lay on then? Let's not get too crazy, y'all.
Look, there's a fan I know on Twitter. She changed her allegiance today.
From the Falcons to who?
The Colts.
To the Colts?
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be in the same boat.
She'll be in the same boat. She thinks she jumped out of the boat, but she just jumped up and down. She's still on the same boat.
And landed in a slightly different space.
Yeah,
she's like, it's all new around here.
She's still on the same boat.
New me. Oh, gosh.
She's still on the same boat. Ain't nothing changed. Oh, man, y'all are crazy, boy. Hayden Riders in here says, what in the world, Bo? Okay, yeah, this is you talk about with your fiance. So look, I mean, Coach Rhoda, she's not been the only one that's been telling people that, hey, it's, hey, ho, ho, Arthur Smith got to go. Mm-hmm. She ain't the only one that's been telling people that. Skylife Enterprise came in here and says, who that, Big Low? What's all the Saints fans coming on? They feeling themselves. They got them a little weird today and everything.
They beat Danny DeVito and the Giants.
Danny DeVito got hurt. They beat somebody else. It wasn't even Danny DeVito.
All of a sudden, they come up in here. Oh, hey there, Big Low. We got the wheel today, Big Low. Okay, y'all.
If you okay, Big Low, if you okay, 1 into the 2. 2 1 touchdown, 3. You gotta breathe like family said, Big Low. All right, okay, all right. Chill out. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, so moving forward, it's one of those cases where, and Coach Ronda, she mentioned, she said, look, if it's a situation where if you do think we're going to move on or we should move on, who would you hire? You know, so Coach Ronda, you know, as the bishop of the ASGTG, who would you hire? She wants to know what you think. Also, make sure that you hit that like button, and make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family, or, you know, on any message boards or Facebook or anywhere else. We would definitely appreciate it. Shouts out to J Mall in here, man. I see you. What in the world, Bo? You already know what time it is. J Mall came in and said, I ain't watching another doggone game, Bo.
Oh, boy.
Goodness
He's not the first person I heard say that.
Really? D-Lock, he just in here laughing. D-Lock laughing. Just laughing at random. Let's see. Okay. Ghost Pepper says, Coach Low, Lisa, and Coach Jam all cried out. I'm all cried out over. Yeah, that's a good one. Now, I know a good one. A good breakup song. Cause I'm so sick of Falcons games. So tired of.
You just wanted to see some Dio. That's all that.
Yeah,
Lamar said that Avant separated. Every time I see you.
You just want to say goodbye.
Separated.
Avant started that song off on the right foot, boy. Every time I see you, I get a bad vibe. Man, that's tough right there.
And true. Every time Arthur Smith, his little squirrely mustache, get up there. And first of all, didn't he shave it off like 2 weeks ago? That thing grew back quick.
It grew back quick.
That thing grew back fast.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to spend his time teaching men how to grow full mustaches and not coaching a football team, because he's successful at that. Not so much at coaching a football team. I'm just giving him other career opportunities.
That's not something that you can teach. Like,
look, the way he's connected, I'm sure he'll be fine. His company will land on its feet.
I told Jack Spade, I said, look, Archman need to find the closest FedEx truck and get that return to sender patch, put on the shirt, cover up the Falcons logo, and just put return to sender over it, and catch the closest FedEx truck. They'll get it back where you need to go.
Take him back home. Do you know who I am? Get his ride back home.
Oh man. Itest says, I want to hire alcoholic and D-Runick.
D-Runk, like drunk.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Alcoholic and D.
And now what you call that guy that used to be our coach?
You ever talk about the great Steve Sarkisian? Like
oh yes.
You ain't gonna do that. Steve Sarkisian finna beat Alabama in the playoffs. You ain't gonna talk about Steve.
I like him, but that doesn't mean that's not the joke. I saw all the jokes people were making when he was here. In fact, one of my high school classmates owns a cupcake shop, and he posted when he was here that he went and took Sarkisian like a rum cupcake or something, and everybody was like, I don't know if you want to give him that.
Oh man, you can start telling that man business. Just 'cause he like the alcoholic cupcakes. You be telling that man business. So I mean, the next question is, it's like, so we kind of talked about it. Crazy thing, we didn't even talk about the game yet. So we talked about Arthur Smith and how we feel like whether or not he should stay. All right, so how are we feeling about Desmond Ridder? Like, is it one of those cases where we're thinking, we hold on to him, or do we think he could be the quarterback of the future with a different coach? Or do you think he could be the quarterback of the future at all? I mean, if you feel like he could be the quarterback of the future, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like it's over, every time you see him, you get a bad vibe, no, put a 4 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking in that regard, because Desmond Ridder looked rough.
Yeah. That interception
that was
bad. But then there were several plays where he just threw it where nobody was anywhere near, and there were people open. So it was kind of like, what are we doing?
Well, I don't know. He could have ran. He could have threw it out of bounds.
He could have thrown it out of bounds. He could have just went out of bounds.
There was somebody that was open 2 feet from the end zone.
I mean, clear path
wide
to the
open.
End zone, y'all. Clear path.
I legit don't know. I want to see the kid do good, but it's like he just don't got it right now. Clutch Fire 5.0 says, "Hey, Big Low, what do you have to say to PNP? Like, what?
Why are we? First, hold on. Let me address this. We're not saying nothing to PNP because PNP wasn't showing their faces when they were losing. Now all of a sudden they get a win, and now we need to say something to them. Absolutely not. Now, if next year they want to come and make a bet before the season, and they want to show up if they lose, well, he'll be glad.
Wait a minute, make a bet. What kind of bet?
I mean, who knows?
Now, I heard somebody say something like, "Big Low, you gotta wear a Panther shirt." Like I ain't talking to nobody about.
Well, yeah, exactly, because they didn't want to make a bet. That's what I'm talking about. They weren't confident. So if they want to come with some confidence next year, we can talk. But for right now, they can be happy that their 3 field goals beat our sorry team.
Like I said, good win for the Panthers. You know, it hopefully it gave. I would say that young team, they got a lot of veterans on that team.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gave them, some confidence moving forward.
Well, they're young quarterback.
Yeah, young quarterback. Hopefully it gave them some confidence moving forward. But I mean, I think at this point, with Arthur Smith as our coach, I mean, they're out of the playoffs, and I want to go to the playoffs, but I don't see it happening with this coaching staff. I feel like we'll have a better chance making the playoffs if we moved on from Arthur Smith, like the Panthers did
right
last
now.
year.
So you're saying this year?
Yeah.
You're saying this year with the 3 games remaining, if we move on from Arthur Smith, we'll have a chance at the playoffs.
I feel like we would. I feel like we have a better chance. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I feel like we have a better chance at the playoffs if we moved on from Arthur Smith.
Wow, that's a lot. You're saying a lot right there.
I mean, I just think.
Who fills in the meantime?
I mean, give it to who is it? T.J. Yates, as far as like the offensive play caller, if he can handle that role. I know
T.J. Yates.
I know he's coaching the wide receivers. I mean, I don't trust Dave Ragone.
I think it goes without saying. If we're talking about get rid of Arthur Smith, his buddy Dave Ragone and his Candy Crush career goes with him.
I mean, unless you want a grilled bacon, chicken, cheese deluxe plate. I mean, what
is wrong with you?
I mean,
oh my God.
I don't know. It's like,
no, I do not.
Okay. Well.
I do not desire chicken cheese deluxe. My order is the All-Star or the hamburger with my hash brown smothered cover and chunked.
You don't get chunked. You get smothered.
Every now and then I get it chunked.
Oh, okay.
I like a little ham every now and then.
Hey, I
like a little swine.
Okay. Tyrus Mitchell says, "Let It Burn" by Usher. Yeah, that's a good one. Hayden, he says, so metaphorically speaking, if Arthur Smith was fired tomorrow, does that mean that Jerry Gray will step in as the interim head coach?
Oh, I forgot about Jerry Gray.
Since he's listed as the assistant head, that's what I would think.
I forgot about him.
But I'm talking about like who will replace Arthur Smith on the offensive side of the ball. This is what happens.
Literally anybody or anything.
But this is, I mean, I understand you think you can get a 5-gallon bucket of paint to call better plays. I understand that. But what I'm saying
tell me to back down a little bit. Because, boy, I'm like, yeah, because Sherwin Williams, and they'll shake it up for you and everything. Like, you can reseal that bucket. So, yeah. That is what I think.
But basically what I'm saying is that It's like this is what happens whenever your head coach wants to take on so much responsibility on one side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, what happens if that head coach isn't available? You know, you're kind of stuck. You know, so it's yeah. I feel like that's a culmination of pride and a culmination of stubbornness.
Mm.
Dwayne Harris, Molly Mall, of course. They say 3. They said
yeah, they would. They're both blocked.
Coach. Sorry, owner and GM Coach Roney says 4. Says it's time to move on.
Get my title right.
Can someone please ask Coach Roney, did she hit the like button? Could somebody?
Yeah, of course.
Huh?
Yeah. It's hit.
It's
hit. It's hit.
Oh, you just hit it. Okay.
I didn't say just. I said it's hit.
Okay.
Why does it matter? What did I preach about earlier? A time for everything.
Okay.
And the time to hit the like button is now. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button.
So you said a time for everything?
Yes.
Could you say that in your Maya Angelou voice, please?
There is a time.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Coach Roddy a fool, man. Lamar, Cool Beans, WCG, they all said 4. They feel like it's it's a time. I tried to. I can't do it either because Coach Roddy can't do it.
Oh my God, he's such a hater.
Brad Johnson says, hold on to him. Yeah, he's a backup. No, we need a new quarterback. I ain't mad at that. Antoine, yes, Sarkisian is a play caller than Smith. Brent, he says Desmond is not the man for the job, and I'm not knocking you, man. I'm not knocking you. Keelan says 4. C-Dub, they also says 4. Slim Dulla just laughing. He said 4 after he got finished rolling on the floor laughing. Let's see. Ramil Dunford says no free agents could want to come and have this coach lead them, but we're committed to him for another season. The only quarterback that would want to come, and I'm not saying this. Whenever I say this, I'm not saying that I want him to come. Is Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, stop! Can we not?
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Ryan Tannehill would want to come here because
oh my God.
Arthur Smith is his boy. Red Swarm, ATL Skate Man. I mean, it looks like.
Yeah, we know how it turns out when Arthur Smith brings his boys.
Like Dave
like his
Ragone.
wrestling buddy Marcus Mariota. Yeah, Dave Ragone. Oh my gosh.
His wrestling buddy Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, his wrestling buddy Marcus Mariota.
What song you think they listen to whenever they be wrestling?
What?
What song you think? I was thinking about this yesterday when I was cleaning out the truck. I don't know why the song came in my mind.
What song?
Something about your hands open.
You know what? You know what song came to me? It was like Dirty by Christina Aguilera. Trying to get dirty.
Oh man. Like, yeah, they like to wrestle all the time. Like, what's going on? Dwayne Harris says Desmond Ridder is better than Matt Ryan. Okay. All right.
We hear you.
I hear you both. Brad says 4, and 20 more 4. So good and great.
4.
Shouts out to Coach Wallace Smith in here. He says Arthur Smith and Ridder is a package deal, and they both need to move on. 4. Man, see, that's coming from Coach Wallace. You know, Coach Wallace, he was naked for
Coach Wallace Smith. Arthur
Coach
Smith's
Wallace
cousin.
Smith, Arthur Smith's cousin. You see how family turn on you. You can't trust family.
There's no loyalty in that Smith family. I'll tell you what.
Coach Barber Ridley came in. He says Desmond Ridder just needs some glasses.
Is that it? They need to check his prescription.
He need to check his prescription.
That's all it is, huh?
Cut says PNP trolled us on Twitter. Uh-oh. How they feeling themselves? They done got to win. Don't know how to act.
Ain't that the truth? They acting a plumb fool.
Oh man, they done got them a win. They don't know how to act now, boy. They feeling themselves. Oh man. Let's see here. Yeah, man, Ryan Nielsen. Ryan Nielsen is that guy. I'm loving everything he's bringing to this team. You look at Ryan Nielsen and you look at what this defense accomplished today. For one, it was one of those cases where they didn't allow a touchdown, even whenever the Panthers were right there at the end zone. They never allowed a touchdown today after they were gassed. Y'all understand that the Panthers held the ball for the last 8 minutes of the game, right? Like they had like an 86-yard drive and held the ball the last 8 minutes of the game, and they just gassed our defense. But moving on is one of those cases where, I mean, if you look at this defense this year opposed to last year, it's a completely different thing. It's a completely different kind of monster, man. So yeah, I'm definitely loving it. Dre Murphy says, Coach Low, aka Beloved, they be listening to Let's Get It On when they be wrestling. What?
Oh, baby.
Oh my goodness. LJ Jackson says Jagged Edge, bye-bye. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, moving forward, y'all know Ryan Nielsen's my boy. I would love to have Ryan Nielsen as the next head coach, but this is his first time being the sole defensive coordinator of the team. Yes, he's doing really good, but is it his time? In the words of Coach Roney's Maya Angelou, say it one more time, Coach Roney.
No.
Is it his time to be to be a head coach? That's a huge question. If they do move on from Martha Smith, is it one of those situations where, I would think it would indeed be Jerry Gray that would, takes over as the interim head coach. And like I said earlier, I'm not moving on from my previous statement, the same way, I haven't moved on from, the things that I've seen, the negative things that I've seen in regards to Arthur Smith. I think there's one of those cases where, if he wasn't the coach the last 3 games, I feel like we would have a better chance to make the playoffs. What you doing?
That's saying a lot. Like, that to me feels like, I hope Arthur Blank and Terry Fontenot are like really weighing like what move they're going to make next, because look, there is no excitement coming into next year. So if we're going to continue down this path, they can rest assured that all those games are going to be filled with Chiefs fans, Dallas fans,
yes,
Eagles fans, all those fans. Well, I think we're going to be in Philadelphia, but all those teams that are coming here, they're going to be the ones packing out our stadium, because the way that this is going, they're losing a lot of people. It's
tough, man. It's tough. Shouts out to Anthony Jackson. He says Arthur Smith needs to go. He doesn't call plays with a really skill set. He calls plays with no urgency. I mean, and I could definitely see that. I said months ago, or was this even last year, whenever I was like, I don't know how much Arthur Smith, I don't know how much he's into this. And whenever I say into this, I don't know how
into
much
coaching?
of it. Yeah. Oh. I mean,
you talking about how you were saying like it doesn't seem like he needs this job.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like, he doesn't see it. Like, we see
this
people.
is what keeps his family fed,
Exactly.
So he's gonna do the best he possibly can.
Yes. Instead he's going into this saying, "Hey, I'm going to do this my way."
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, think about it. Like his dad, if he got any advice from his dad, who's a self-made billionaire, the dad, they say stuff like, "Yeah, just do it your way. Don't listen to what other people tell you.
Innovate."
Meanwhile, so if it's 3rd and 11, run a sweep. It could work. At the end of the day, it's not affecting him like it affects us. because once we decide to move on from him, he's going on about his business. We gotta pick up the pieces over here. So it's like I said, I mention this all the time. I don't see Arthur Smith at Flowery Branch 12 hours a day. I just don't. The way that this team is coached up, I just don't see it. I don't see him. I don't see the situation where we watch the old clips of Mike Holmgren and John Gruden and all those guys back in the day sleeping at the facility, having a bed at the facility, working 16-hour days, trying to make sure that they hone their craft. I don't know if it's one of those cases. And I would love for it to be the case, but I just don't know. Brent says Arthur Smith is an offensive coordinator and not a head coach. I mean, but the thing is that if he's calling the plays and he's acting in the role of offensive coordinator, he's not being that good of an offensive
coordinator either. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's one of those cases where maybe the league is caught up to what, if he had something figured out, maybe they caught up to what he was doing.
Or maybe like what the whispers have been for a while is that what he was doing was Derrick Henry.
In the words of Rashad, though, I'm not even going to say that, but yeah. maybe Derrick Henry was the key to the success. Maybe that's why we went ahead and drafted Bijan Robinson.
Because he wanted another.
He wanted another Derrick Henry. Maybe, and I might be stepping out on a limb. Maybe that's why they just give Bijan Robinson the ball.
And expect him to make something out of nothing. Yeah.
Because we've seen that happen twice today. And it didn't work. Meanwhile, it's like, hey, you forget that you drafted 2 guys in the top 10? Last year and the year before last? Did you forget that? You got the 6'5" tight end. They say he's a unicorn. We don't know if he's a unicorn or a horse. We don't know if it's a horn or an ice cream cone coming out of his head. But, let's go ahead and use these guys. Lloyd in here, he says, Coach Art got 1 more year. Today was ferocious, and I had to take it down.
1 more year, though?
I
don't want to do another year. I'm serious.
It's tough.
I barely attend the games now because of Arthur Smith, and it's like another year.
It's tough. It's tough. Derek Hughes says, I'm currently in a padded room right now. Well, goodness gracious, that's tough. ATL says, Artie's a goofy.
Wow. Dang.
Man, ATL Jackson, he says, I pay too much money to look at this trash. He says, I'm seeing PSL and season tickets cost too much for this product. Than what I'm seeing on the field.
I agree. For what they're charging you, and then they don't even ask you, y'all. They just drop it in your account like, oh, this is what we're going to charge y'all next year. And it's like Tyler said earlier, who was giving up his 50-yard line PSLs, like, what am I getting? What am I paying for? Like, what can I show from this that, oh, this is worth the money that I'm paying out? You don't have anything to point to for that. And you really don't. And all they do is raise prices and keep doing the same thing. Like, how do you go into the stadium? I mean, the last game of the season, I'm definitely going to go and have a good time because it's the last game of the season here at home, right? But now I'm going to have all winter and then all summer, and then I'm supposed to go back in there next year. Like, how do you go back in there excited when you know it's going to be the same stuff that you saw this year? It's going to be the same old.
Arthur Smith still the coach.
Arthur Smith is still the coach. I don't care who they bring in. If it's still going to be Arthur Smith, we're still going to start seeing the same old. And we're gonna have 3 years with a losing record under this coach. He's never had a winning season. So now I'm supposed to go in next year all excited and ready to go? Like, that's hard. That's a hard sell.
Well, I mean, it's like, the thing is, though, is that it's like, my whole thing is that does the organization look and see what the fan base is saying? It's like, it's almost like it's like an 80-20. We need to move on from the coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, and it's getting to the point where it's like it's getting blatant. It's getting terrible. So, shouts out to D. Howard. He asked a good question. He says, are we going to be 7-10 again?" And I want to ask everybody in the chat.
Oh my God!
I mean, it's looking like
It's
that
looking
could be
like
the case.
it is.
So if y'all feel like we are going to be 7-10,
it is looking like that's going to be the case.
Put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like we could do something better than 7-10, like 8-9 or 9-8.
Oh my gosh!
Put a 2 in the chat. Because let's look at the remaining games. You got Indianapolis. Indianapolis ain't no slouch. Let's admit it. You got Chicago, who have kind of turned things around, and Justin Fields, he wants to beat the hometown team. And it's going to be in Chicago. Then you got the Saints. And you know they love playing chopper style. You know, in New Orleans against the Falcons, last game of the season, that could be the game to determine, you know, who goes to the playoffs. So, do y'all think we can win more than one of those games moving forward after losing to the Carolina Panthers? I mean, that's the question. Because it's like we're out here looking like we don't know what we want to do offensively. Like, there's sometimes we're legit just giving up offensively. Like, we'll just run, and because we just stuck like Chuck. Brent says go after Mike Thomas. Shout out to Shaka Zulu in here. He says, man, Art sounded so defeated in the press conference, Bo. He says he's done. He's lost all his confidence. Don't know if he ever had it. He has no clue what he's doing. Time to go. Man, boy. Shouts out to Shaka Zulu, man. That's my boy. Lamar, D. Lawton, Shaka Zulu. They all say 7-10. They said that they said that's pretty much what it's gonna be. Brent, he says 1, tank for a better pick. Oh, Hicknow says 2. He says we winning out. Okay. D. Howard says 1. Jared J. He says 2. They said that, you know, it's gonna be better than that. Pelicans Nolia says 7-10 is what it is. Slick says you're gonna have a top 10 pick. That will be exciting.
Okay, thank you so much. Oh, that's going to be exciting.
Dr. Spake says, look, it is what it is. Barbara says 6-11, not 7-10. We're not beating anyone else looking at that schedule.
Oh,
that's a collapse.
Oh,
that's a collapse. If you go 6-11,
6-11.
Woo, man, Coach Barber, that's tough. See, Doug says 1, aka 6-11. You go 6-11, the whole team just quitting on you.
That is saying a lot.
That's saying a lot. Keelan says 1, honestly, but we might be looking at 6-11. So everybody done changed it from 7-10 to 6-11.
Oh man, so there's no 7-10.
6-11.
6-11.
Jay Tull said, look, if we just lost to Carolina, we'll lose to anybody.
Oh my gosh.
Mama Mouse said, Big Low, chopper style, your favorite. No, it ain't. Jay says, yeah, he's looking at 6. Man, this is sad, man. This is sad. Cypress Mitchell says he put 11 ones in here. Oblivion Empire said, man, 6-11. That's tough. That's tough. All of the optimism that we had going into the season, going to training camp, you know, getting live at training camp and everything, and you know, traveling to London early in the season, and it's looking like we could go a 6-11. That's ridiculous. We need to move on.
You don't gotta tell me. You need to tell Arthur Blank.
Tony Wright says the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Chargers are the 2 most disappointing teams in the National Football League with the talent that they both have. Tony Wright, you have never lied. And tell Julio Jones we said what's up. J. Rock says, Big Low Kuntry, I don't think the Falcons will win another game. You got the Colts. then go to Chicago on Christmas Eve, and then we go to Chicago for New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm. New Year's.
So he said, "Good luck with that, man." Yeah, it's gonna be a tough schedule,
Christmas
man.
Eve we got the Colts.
Huh?
Christmas Eve we have the Colts.
Yeah, we got Colts on Christmas Eve. And it goes says, "I told you Arthur Blank was senile, and Arthur sucks last year." He says, "Now some content creators agree with me." Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat, man.
I know he's not coming in here talking about content. I know you're not coming in Big Low Kuntry Sports talking about content creators agree with you.
Man, it goes, you need to go back and check my resume.
Check the room. Read the room, Maddie.
Maddie never heard of the ASGTG.
Established the second Arthur Smith was hired.
Oh, man. Oh, man, that's sad. Roy Thomas Jr. saying that Arthur Smith is out here ruining careers. That's sad.
And it's true, though.
Man, that's sad. I mean, you got a Kyle Pitts who had such a great first year. But we knew that.
But what did he have that year?
He had Matt Ryan, who was controlling the offense himself.
Right.
Pretty much. I mean,
who could make some choice, because Matt Ryan is definitely a rule follower, so he was definitely doing what was asked of him.
Yeah.
But he could make some choices, and he was able to get Kyle Pitts that ball.
He was able to get it to him.
And Kyle Pitts shined.
Antoine One Time says, Big Low, Uncle Steve was right about Ritter at the beginning of the season, where y'all was going. He tried to tell us. He tried to tell us, man. You know, I was the optimist. I even made a video.
Yep.
I even made a video. Wait a minute, we got Big Q in here. Oh.
What?
Oh.
What?
Big Q came in. Are we? Of course, we doing good, Q. We doing good. You know, we won game out of first place. You know, we go see how it is. You already know what time it is. This lady T came in here and said, "Rise up," just spelled it wrong. You know, my boss says, Big Q, they not all right. My mom. Boy, hate is real, boy. Hate is real.
You hear us smiling? You hear us laughing, Q?
Yeah,
why wouldn't we be all right?
We over here thriving.
Thriving. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Jonathan Watson, he says, Arthur Smith has got to go. Hey, ho, ho. Arthur Smith has got to go. That's how we can say. Look, I do need y'all to make sure y'all hit that like button. You know, if you're a Saints fan and you're glad, you know, you got hate in your heart, you're glad that the Falcons lost. You know.
So Big Q, Jamal, Legacy, Pelicans, Nola, y'all go ahead and hit that like button.
Y'all go ahead and hit that like button.
And Jamal, get out over here and tell his secret as soon as people jump in the room.
Oh, man. Also, you know, if you're a Falcons fan and you're upset that we lost, make sure that you hit that like button. You know, you need a way to express it. Also, share the channel with your friends and family. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. We would definitely and greatly appreciate it. If you hit that subscribe button, we'll dance at your wedding one day. We definitely appreciate that. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Big Q talking about it's that Count Low talking about.
Yeah, I'm calling Arthur.
Talking about Arthur Blank.
Count Dracula.
I hear you, Q. I hear you, Q. One. Oh man, he knows that. Dang, Q was coming for his glow. Yeah, you know. Yeah, you know, Q, he got to try to rub it in.
Yeah, J-Rock said our song is Kendrick Lamar. We going to be all right.
We going to be all right. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We going to be all right. And when I wake up, Shaka Zulu said, Big Low, you going to call for the, yeah, we ain't scared. Like, it is what it is. We going to be there live and full effect. You can't keep me quiet. We were leading the division. I had to show out because I didn't know how long we were going to keep it.
Not long, but long enough. long enough to flex on y'all.
I can't tell them in the chat. I was like, hey, y'all better go ahead and do this now before we get in there because I'm going to act the fool.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to act the fool if we leading, if we had the round table, and I did. I did what I could do. Shouts out to Q, man. You already know what time it is. Hold on, wait a minute. Shouts out to Q, man. You already know what time it is, Q. Yeah, y'all leading in the division right now, but the Falcons still got that dub.
Oh, boo. Jamal talking about he want to request Jasmine Sullivan pick up your feelings.
Don't forget to come and pick up your feelings.
Look, I know that New Orleans Saints fans down there satisfied with the job Dennis Allen is doing and feel like Derek Carr is their $37 million a year quarterback of the future. I know you guys are feeling good down there. Don't come in here trying to bring all that joy into the chat.
You bring me joy. Don't you want that joy? Oh, man. Lamar said Big Low jinxed us after that last round table. Falcons ain't been the same since. I had to talk my trash, though. You know, I used to win it. I had to. I ain't used to it.
Now, hold on. Did you jinx the Falcons, or was it that celebratory pregame performance Atlanta Falcons put on before the Tampa Bay game? And as soon as you saw, I mean, y'all, we were looking like, what is this? Like, it was a bunch of dancing and celebrating and gyrating and all kinds of stuff. And as soon as we saw it, Big Low looked over at me. He was like, I think we're going to lose this game. Like, they're celebrating like we already clinched.
They put the deposit, they took out the deposit for the playoff
they had
game.
already taken out the deposit for the season ticket. I mean, for the playoff ticket.
For the playoff game.
For the first round. Sure did.
So, yeah,
I don't think he jinxed them. I think it was all that haughty, like, ready to go stuff. Arthur Blank talking about Arthur Smith is still safe. And, I mean, everybody was feeling themselves. That's what it was.
Everybody feeling themselves. It happens every time. Archangel here says, what's up, Lo? Hey, Coach Ronnie. Derek Carr and Dennis Allen for another 10 more years in New Orleans. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Hey. Dennis Allen has got to stay.
There you go.
Oh, man. Jason Boston says it's because we don't know how to be a winning club.
I can't disagree with that, actually.
I mean, we had won 3 games in a row on the Arch Smith.
Oh, my God.
We never won 3 games in a row.
He's never won 3 in a row?
We
started out 3-0, didn't we? So we did win.
We started out 2-0.
I thought we started.
We started out 2-0. Yeah, I remember after we started out 2-0, as a matter of fact, me and our angel walked to Margaritaville afterwards. We was celebrating, high-fiving, 2-0. 2-0. I was sitting here like, dang.
2-0.
We celebrating about 2-0, like we done made it.
We made it.
Well, yeah, man.
Travis Preston said, at this point, I believe more in Santa Claus than I do Arthur Smith.
Man.
Well, then why don't you talk about it? If Arthur Smith is fired and we're looking for a coach next year, who do you want?
Well, the person that I wanted initially, whenever Arthur Smith, before we hired Arthur Smith, was I wanted Jim Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting Jim Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
I love what he did with the 49ers. And he basically does what Arthur Smith does, but he's just more efficient at it. He runs the ball. He coaches teams that play defense.
Oh, okay.
And he runs to open up the pass. He had Colin Kaepernick looking like Colin Kaepernick was on the cover of Madden.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that everything went down with the whole kneeling incident and things like that. But one thing that a lot of people forget is that when Jim Harbaugh left, Colin Kaepernick looked like Desmond. He looked like Desmond Ritter.
He did, yeah.
He looked a lot like Desmond Ritter. So, I mean, if there was anybody who I could get, I mean, look how he turned Michigan around.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anybody I could get, give me Jim Harbaugh. But I don't think they're going to let him go. I thought we would have a chance whenever it was one of them situations where they were investigating them and everything. But they said that moving forward, it was going to be they're going to keep him long term. But yeah, I would love to have Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, he had Alex Smith. I mean, Alex Smith ain't a bad quarterback. You know, he's had some really, really good coaching. But yeah, I would love Jim Harbaugh. If we had Jim Harbaugh, that would be the perfect scenario for me. But I mean, Shaka Zulu, he said Coach Wilkes. You know, Steve Wilkes, he was the interim head coach for the Panthers last year.
Oh, okay.
They should have kept him.
They should have kept him for sure.
I would be more than happy with him as well. You know, basically just somebody who, you know, who just do what makes sense. Like, stop trying to be the person that, you know, outthinks everybody and just do what makes sense. It's football at the end of the day. Dwayne Harris says, Jim Harbaugh, he's a Saints killer. Leave him alone. Hey, man, that's perfect then. That's perfect.
That's what we need.
That's what we need.
Need more of that in our lives.
Lucky for me, that's what I like. That's what I like. Gonna beat them Saints up all night. Lucky for me, that's what I like. Yeah, I love it. Jason Boston says, man, I'm from here, born and raised. And I'm just sick of it, man. Man, it's tough, bro. It's tough. It's tough. You know, we've had a few good seasons sprinkled in here and there, but I mean, long term, it's like we just want a capable team. That's all we want.
Yeah,
man.
like that goes out and competes every week and doesn't embarrass us on national TV.
That's it.
Is that too much to ask?
Is that too much to ask? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Well, look, man, I know that it's getting late. Moving forward, I need y'all, make sure that y'all hit that like button. Also, if this is your first time chilling out with us, you know, before you leave, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. You know, we definitely appreciate it. So next week we're going to have our last home game against the Indianapolis Colts. You know, we'll be getting together in regards to that. But look, I need y'all to make sure that y'all have a safe and productive week. Please don't do anything that I would do. And like I mentioned earlier, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share. Sharing is caring. Share the channel with your friends and family. I would definitely and greatly appreciate it. I think we're all leaving this conversation with I think pretty much almost all of us are on the same page. I know that you're going to do everything I do, Molly Mall. You always say that. But yeah, I think we're all leaving this conversation pretty much on the same page. It's like our hey ho ho, Art Smith got to go. Like, it's pretty cut and dry, simple and plain.
I'm glad you said it so I don't have to.
Coach Rona, do you have any parting words?
I do not. Please tell your friends and family to join the ASGTG. We're always welcoming new members. And hey ho ho, Arthur Smith has got to go.
There you go. Jason Boss says, I love you guys, man. Y'all's channel is awesome. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you so much for watching, man. Thanks, everybody, for watching and chilling out with us. All right, man. Well, look, y'all take it easy. Y'all already know what time it is. And, you know, we're going to stay locked in and ready to go, man. We got another game coming up next week. We just one game out, and ain't no telling what's going to happen. So, in the meantime, rise up. 8-town down. You already know what time it is.
Bye.
Take care. Hey, Lisa. Lisa came right in. Y'all take it easy. Shouts out to you, Lisa.